Mikey, are you sure you want to compete with me?
Yeah.
I think lava will always be stronger than water. So you picked the wrong strategy from the start.
Seriously?
It's not too late for you to give up.
JJ, you have to realize I'm not giving up. Because I believe my villagers can defeat yours. So everyone come through my gates to gain more power.
We'll soon find out who's stronger.
Oh.
Well, it's time for us to start recruiting villagers for our fights.
Yeah.
But the problem is, we don't have a prize for the winner. Somehow, we didn't think of that. Do you think anyone would fight for free?
But we already have a starting team assembled. So I'm sure someone else will come to participate. And by the way, I think I saw a rich villager in the crowd.
Well, then this could be just fine, because he'll give us money and we can motivate the villagers. In the meantime, we've got to get more villagers on our own.
You do realize that more villagers will choose me over you, right? And that's because I'm a better conversationalist. Come on, everybody, come to me.
No.
Because if you go to JJ, you're gonna lose.
Listen, I have a magical proposition for you.
What the?
I want to be your sponsor, so I'm gonna leave a mountain of gold next to you. And whichever side wins, that's who gets the money.
I mean, that's just great news.
Yeah.
Of course, we'd love to have a sponsor. Now you can put all the gold you want by the ring, and it's time for us, Mikey, to bring in more villagers.
Do you realize how many villagers will be fighting in our ring now? I didn't realize so much gold would just drop out of nowhere. So you're right. We need to put up a decent fight.
Anyway, I left a little mountain of gold here. I think this amount will be enough for a starting bid. And by the way, I also put money in the chest. So it's gonna be a big prize.
Was it just me, or did this villager say it was a small game? I can't even begin to imagine how much money he has. But we should be happy that he's given us so much overall. So let's get to work.
Well, let's find out who's gonna get the most villagers.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's me. And now we have our first villager. I strongly suggest you go to me.
It's like your persuasion didn't help you at all. That's
What?
because the villagers realized that lava is a powerful element. And if anyone else wants to be on the winning team, you should come to me.
I like being a lava man. JJ, our team will definitely bring you the win.
JJ, look, there's a new villager. And something tells me he's not coming to you anymore. Wait, or is he? I'm kind of scared now. Look, you can't lose with me.
Who'd have thought Mikey would still have someone to go to? Well, one villager can't solve anything. I know that most of the crowd is going to come through my aisle to become lava people anyway.
All right, I hope we can win this thing.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna get in the ring.
See, I knew this would happen. Now I'll have as many villagers as you do. And let's see where the next villager goes. Although it's pretty clear to me that it's gonna go to you.
Look, now I'll have one more villager, which means I have the upper hand. Not only is lava stronger than water, but I have more villagers.
Seriously?
So what are you gonna do?
You have to realize you don't have the advantage for very long. Oh, and by the way, we have another villager coming in. So I'm sure he'll choose my side. Come on. I have a much better chance of winning.
Welcome to my side. I take it you're still not quite sure who you want to go to? Look, we have a very big reward. And if you fight for me, the winnings are yours.
You know, I believe you even more now than I did before. So I'm definitely going to fight on your side. I hope that we'll have so much that we can easily win over our opponents.
Okay, now I'm definitely starting to lose. And I don't like it. So why don't you just hold off on recruiting for now? Although you're obviously not going to listen to me.
Yes.
You see, you know exactly what you're talking about. And look, we already have another villager to fight, but he still hasn't been able to pick the right side. You have every chance.
I think you should come to me anyway. Because if the JJ has so many villagers, there's just no point in a fight. Wait, why are you all going to him?
In fact, everyone chooses JJ because it already has a preponderance of villagers. So, Mikey, I think you should just give up.
Seriously?
You're not even gonna get one villager anymore.
See, I told you I'd have the best PR campaign. So all you have to do now is just hope for the best. And something tells me that luck is coming your way right now.
I beg you! Let you fight for my side! I'm I'm already short of fighters, and you look pretty strong. So with you, we'll definitely have a chance of winning.
Mikey, I can congratulate you. And that's because you have one more villager. Although, I don't think that's gonna do you any good. I've got a lot more villagers in the ring already.
Yep.
Hey! Well, I think it's about time the villagers started running to me in droves. Yes! Because I've basically got victory in my pocket. Wait, don't tell me another villager went to Mikey.
Please come in. You will now have water power. JJ, I told you I'd surprise you yet. Just as I thought, I've almost got the villagers even.
Now, this is where it gets a little weird. Because I thought I could win without any problems. Oh, and by the way, there's a new villager. Why don't you fight for me? I'm sure you'll like the lava.
All in all, I heard everything you said, so I pretty much agree to fight on your side. But can you guarantee me a good reward if we win? It's important to me.
Don't listen to him. JJ is not who he says he is. If you fight on his side, you will definitely lose. So let's go to my place.
Oh no!
It's a shame my super persuasion didn't work.
Great, now I have one more villager. And you know, Mikey, I've kind of lost count. But I think I have a lot more villagers than you do. So the outcome of this fight is pretty clear to me.
JJ, it's too early for you to write me off. Because in a small period of time, I've managed to gain almost as many villagers as you have. And by the way, I think that's enough for now.
You're right. We already have enough members to do battle. So let's make sure everything's working properly and start fighting. I can't wait to see who comes out on top.
Hey, I take it you're very confident in your abilities. And that's a good thing. Because when my army of villagers defeats yours, you'll be desperate.
And I will believe in my victory. Well, here we go with our first fight. Who do you think can win? Something tells me your army of villagers is completely devoid of fighters. So I'll take the first round for sure.
I think my team still has a chance. Because it's the quality of villagers, not the quantity. And I've recruited the strongest. So look, you're about to lose.
Mikey, I can see you've only got 2 villagers left. I don't think they can beat mine. By the way, like I said, lava is much stronger than water.
No way!
And you realize that, don't you?
We'll just have to wait for the result. Well, that's it. Looks like the fight's over. And as much as I hate to say it, you were stronger in the first round. So let's get ready for the next fight.
Something tells me the next fight will have the same outcome.
No way!
And that's because I have very strong villagers. I'm so glad to have each and every one of you fighting on my side.
What?
Together, we are invincible.
JJ, I think you're getting excited early. Because I know how to make all your villagers lose. But I'm so sorry so many of my villagers lost. They must have been in a lot of pain.
But they did agree to those terms, so you don't have to worry about them too much. Why don't you call in another batch of villagers so we can have a second round?
You're right. I shouldn't get upset so soon, because I can still beat you in the other rounds. And by the way, what if it's a draw? How are we going to split the money between the finalists?
I don't think that's possible, because I'm going to win more times than you. And let's just get on with it.
Well, here we go with round 2. And look how aggressive they're getting. They probably realized that if they didn't put their best foot forward, they'd lose all the money they had at stake.
I don't really like it. That's because now your villagers are in the lead, and if I do nothing, my army may lose this round. But how is that possible?
You must realize that we have no right to interfere with villagers fighting, so why don't you just relax and watch your team lose this round?
You're right. It has to be right. But how can I be calm now that my army is losing? Now I see what you're talking about. But I already have one victory, so I don't dare give up another round.
JJ, you're a little too sad. Do you no longer believe that your villagers can win?
I would never in a million years have believed your army could defeat mine.
Yes!
But it did, so I have to accept it. But Mikey, don't expect the next round to be as easy for you.
Whoa! I think I'm gonna win this one for sure. And that's because the morale of your villagers has dropped so much. My villagers, on the other hand, are in high spirits. So it's time for you to surrender, JJ.
How many of my comrades fell in that battle? But I don't think that's gonna stop me. I had the numerical advantage, so I have someone to replace the villagers I lost.
And by the way, something tells me we may not have enough villagers until we know who wins. So after the next round, I suggest you recruit more villagers.
All in all, it's a good idea.
What?
I know a lot of villagers will come to me again, so you're gonna lose to me in all of our contests.
Seriously? That's it. The decisive round has begun. If I win, there's no way your villagers will ever get back in shape. So I have great faith that this round will be mine.
By the way, why don't we leave the villagers to fight on their own?
Really?
And we could take on more new villagers in the meantime. I'm sure after a fight like that, someone else would want to get involved.
All right, let's give it a shot. And by the way, I saw a lot of rich villagers in line. But why would they want to participate if they have so much money? We'll find out soon enough.
It's time for me to lure villagers back to my place again. And I think I've already figured out how I'm gonna do it. So I'm ready to get started. Look, there's another villager.
Whoa.
I think you should take my side. Because according to the latest news, the water team is losing. Mikey, see how easy it is?
I can't believe you're so brazenly deceiving villagers.
What the?
All right, everyone can see you're actually losing. So all that standing around, you need to go into the waterway.
Hey!
I have little faith that water can beat lava. Because even in nature, it works differently. I'm sorry, Mikey, but I can't come to you. So I'm going to choose the JJ side.
See, I told you lava is always stronger.
No.
And what you won last round was just a mistake. But don't worry, because I won't let it happen again. Because I have more and more villagers.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to participate in your fights.
Booyah!
I'm sure I can make a big contribution to Team Lava's victory.
Well, now everyone's turning their backs on me.
Yes!
So, I don't even know what to do. My only hope is that the new villager won't do what everyone else is doing and choose me.
No.
Oh, please.
Look, you're all so lucky. But I don't think one villager is gonna be able to help you. I've got a lot more villagers on my side already. And by the way, there are some rich villagers who want to talk to us.
Hey guys, long time no see. As you may have noticed, I brought some friends with me. So we'd be very interested in seeing you guys fight.
Whoa!
And yes, we will be increasing the bounty.
Sure, come on in and take the best seats you can find.
Booyah!
We'll soon be deciding who's the winner after all. And I can tell you in advance, it's going to be me and my team.
What the?
Well, I wouldn't agree with what he said. Because you may have noticed that more villagers come to me. And by the way, the third battle will be over soon.
Whoa!
And I can already see what the winner will be.
And how did this even happen? It's just awful.
Well, that's what I needed to prove.
No way!
And somehow you thought your team could win. I had a lot more villagers. So one more round and all the money and gold will be mine.
Okay, I still have a chance of winning. Although I have less and less faith in myself now. After all, I didn't think I'd leave any strong villagers for the last fight. So they're all just ordinary.
But I'm so happy now. After all, your one victory was just a fluke that won't happen again. And I can celebrate and think about where I'm gonna spend all my gold.
What? Not so fast. I know I still have a chance of not losing.
Whoa!
After all, if my villager army wins the last round, we'll have a draw. And then I get the gold too.
You're right. But do you believe your team can win? I think that's a very unlikely event. So why don't you just pack up your stuff and give up?
No.
I don't want to drag this fight out.
Don't worry. We'll get this done quickly.
Oh!
So I'm off to prepare my villagers for the biggest fight of their lives.
All right, here we go. Our final round has begun.
Yeah.
And I think you have to face the fact that lava is stronger than water. Because my villagers are quickly destroying yours. You're watching this, aren't you?
I can see everything. And by the way, I don't think my villagers are losing. I think yours are. So I'll probably win. Who would have thought that's how our fight would turn out?
Okay, Stop. This just can't be happening. There's no way I can believe that little crowd of villagers on your side could defeat my army. Are we really going to have a draw? I'll wait for the result.
Well, my army finally won, which means the final score is 2 against 2. JJ, it's so cool we got a tie. Honestly, you're happy about it, right? Now we can split the money.
Who would have thought my army of villagers would lose 2 whole times? But I can't do anything about the results of the battles. So, yes, you and I are tied. And, on the whole, that's not a bad thing.
I told you it was gonna be awesome. And by the way, have you thought about how much money we're gonna give to the villagers? I think they should have most of it, because they've been fighting.
JJ, Mikey, let us simplify things for you. Since you have a tie, I'll give each of you the same amount of money. And you still have to share it with the villagers. And the gold stays with you.
Mikey, did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
All the gold that's been here is gonna be ours in the end. And that's just great. I'm so glad we decided to do this fight in the first place.
I agree that it's cool. But let's make the villagers rich now. After all, they worked so hard when they were fighting each other. And you're willing to admit that the water's just as strong, right?
I think we can buy anything we want now, so that's just awesome.